Us guys only really care about three things: health, wealth, and relationships. The problem is, if you try to do all three or do all three well, you're not going to get anywhere in any of them. The problem is we only have limited time and limited energy. Like imagine you're a jug and water is your energy. You only get so much energy a day. You only get so much water a day. Your jug is only filled so much a day. But you have 3 cups to fill: health, wealth, relationships. With that limited amount of water, that limited amount of energy you have in your jug, you have as a person, you can only pour so much into each cup a day. And if you're trying to divide between all 3 equally, none of them are going to get filled up to the point where you're satisfied anyway. You're basically not going to get anywhere in any of them. You're not going to get healthier, you're not going to get wealthier, and you're not going to do better in relationships. If you're working on all 3 at once, that is. Because like I said, you only have so much focus and energy and time in any given day that you can apply to those 3 things. The solution to that problem though is periodization. It sounds more complicated than it is. All it is focusing on one thing at a time. Just to make it simpler and for me to explain it better, I broke it down into 4 steps. Prioritize, achieve, offload, repeat. So the first step, prioritize. We only have so much time in a day, or we only have so much time in our lives, so we have to prioritize. Our list of wants are long. We can't physically do all of them. We don't have the time for it. A list will always be ordered, and there'll be one thing at the top of that list that you really want. And that's the thing that you should focus on. It might be getting in shape or starting a business or starting a new relationship. Whatever it is, whatever's on the top of your list, that's where you should direct the most focus. Step number 2, achieve. So once you've figured out what's on the top of your list, go after it. Design your entire life around that goal. I'm not saying to give up on all your other goals and all your other necessities, responsibilities or whatever, but I'm saying to focus on that one the most. For example, if your top priority right now is getting in shape, your focus is going to be on meal prepping and nutrition or going to the gym and weight training. It's not going to be on doing market analysis for your startup or trying to socialize more to get a bird. Your energy and focus will be channeled into that one thing, and that's getting in shape. And within that one thing, there's going to be a whole bunch of things to do there anyway. Like in getting in shape, you have to worry about nutrition and training. When it comes to starting a business, you have to worry about a plethora of things. It depends on the business itself. Then when it comes to starting a relationship, you have to make time for dating. But the point is, whatever's on the top of your list right now, achieve it. Get to a level where you're happy. Because once you get to a level where you're satisfied with that goal, whether it's in health, wealth, or relationships, the thing that was on the top of your priority list would move down. And when that happens, it's time to shift your focus. Step number 3, offload. Once you've achieved a level that you're satisfied with, it's easier to maintain that. Like you don't need to put in as much energy. You don't need to pour into that cup as much as you were doing to get to that level. To maintain it, it requires less energy. Like say for example, you lost some weight. Now it's just about maintaining those habits. You've already built the habits, it's maintaining them. Or let's say you've got a bird, you've done the chase and now it's just maintaining the relationship and progressing from there. Or let's say you've started a business, you've done all the groundwork, you've built the momentum, you've gone through the grind, and now you might have some customers or some clients to keep you going. Like whatever it is, once you've got to a level that you're happy with, you can then ease off on that goal and start pouring into another cup. Step number 4, repeat. This is a cycle that you'll repeat throughout your life. When one area feels neglected, you'll have to pour more energy into there. Say you've been focusing on your health a lot. You've been going to the gym, you've been eating proper, but now your relationship is on a decline because you're not putting as much time in there. Maybe you're not taking her out or you're not doing whatever you guys should be doing as a couple because you're prioritizing your health and your wealth. Then you might be thinking about pouring into that cup more. Or let's say you've gone into the dating realm and you spent time there and now your health's in a decline. It all happens with every guy. When a guy gets with a bird, he gets soft. If he lets himself get soft. And when that happens, he might start gaining weight. So his health will be in a decline. And then it will be time to stop pouring into the relationship cup and pouring into the health cup. And the thing is, no cup will ever be full. You can only get to a point where you're content in each one. You're content with your health, you're content with your wealth, you're content with your relationship. You can always do better in each cup. You can always pour more into each cup. There's always room for improvement. It's about continued progression, not perfection. But then you might get to a point where you lose it all. You might fall out of shape, your business might fail, your bird might break up with you. But that's fine. Because the cups that you've been pouring into, they're still full. They're still at the level that you left them at. Because when you're pouring your energy into these 3 different cups, health, wealth, and relationships, you're pouring into your skills in those areas. You're pouring into your nutritional and training knowledge. You're pouring into your business adeptness. You're pouring into your social skills. Those cups ain't gonna get emptied. Like the energy that you poured into each one, the skills you've gained in each one, the knowledge you've gained in health, wealth, and relationships hasn't left you. The tangible, the physical results might go, but you still have the skills that you gained through your experiences. So when it comes to rebuilding, it isn't as hard as it was. So the point I'm making is the energy and time you spend into improving yourself is never wasted. So to conclude, you should go through phases in life. Phases where you focus on your health more. Phases where you focus on your wealth more. Phases where you focus on your relationship more. Those might last weeks, months, or years. It might only take you 12 weeks to lose some weight. Then you can start focusing on your relationship more. Or it might take you 2 years to get a business up and running. So you have to focus there. Your health might go in a decline. You might be single for a while. And then after those 2 years, you can start focusing on the other 2 cups. And in my opinion, that's the better way to go about life. It's better to go about life through phases. Like when we're younger, we have more energy, and that's when we should be working on improving ourselves. In our later years, that's when we can sit back on a yacht with a cigar. We can do that then when we can't go skydiving and we can't weight train. That's when we should be doing that stuff. Right now, we're healthy, we're young, we're focused. That's when we should be using that energy. Or on a day-to-day basis. In the morning time, you have the most focus, or you have the most energy, and that's when you should use it. In the evening time, when you have less energy, that's more time for socializing. Periodization goes beyond a single day or a single week. Periodization can extend from a day to a month to a year to your whole life. So the point that I'm making is, don't do too much right now. Do one thing right now. You don't even need to think about periodization in the long run. It will naturally happen. Right now, just focus on doing one thing and get good at that to a level that you're satisfied with. And then you can worry about doing something else. But I'd personally start off with health. I'd personally start with nutrition and training, because the things you learn in there can be applied to anything else in life. And once you're in shape, you have the confidence to go out and do other things as well. To start a business, to start approaching girls. Like in my opinion, health will always come first, and then the other 2. So pour into that cup now and focus on the others later.